Hi everyone, happy Wednesday. Well, today is the big day. It's the reveal of my kitchen. Backsplash is all done. I actually got finished doing my grouting and caulking on Monday, but yesterday I decided to take a little rest because it was about 4 days of solid work on the kitchen, and I decided to do a little bit of thrift store shopping. So I did buy a few items and a couple of them for the kitchen. But let's get back to the kitchen. Now, everything in the kitchen is pretty much what was here. Of course, the backsplash. We did do that. I tried to do my wallpaper treatment, didn't like it, but just had to go ahead and do the demo on it and put a new backsplash in. And I have to tell you that I like my countertops a lot better. I don't love them, but I do like them better. So, lot of countertop space in here, so putting new granite in is just not an option. It's going to cost too much. So this is a way to fix up your kitchen if you need to learn to live with your existing countertops. So I painted all my cabinets, did a new backsplash. We did put a new faucet in, but we did not change the sink out. Unfortunately, this sink is 13 years old because the countertop's original to the house, and it's kind of hard to find a replacement sink that would fit in the opening without us having to try to have it recut or something. And I'd rather have a farmhouse sink, but then that's talking way too much to do over there because you have to put a new cabinet in and everything, and of course the countertop issue. So just gonna live with my sink too. So I'm living with my countertops and my sink, but I love everything else in the kitchen. So let's go ahead and take the tour. All right, here's the new kitchen. Like I said, I'm living with the countertops now. I like them a lot better. Still not in love with them, but I do love my backsplash. And the reason we picked this backsplash is it's marble because it had the beige with the different tones in it and white. And I thought that would coordinate really nicely with the cabinets and possibly with the countertops. Like I said, it's really hard to find something light enough in color to go with these countertops because I wanted a lighter colored backsplash in here. I didn't want to go dark. Over here, and I have, of course, you can see I haven't done any kind of decorating. Still wish I had a better view out my kitchen window. It's a little dark in this corner. So next I'm going to be decorating. In here, get my coffee maker back in here and everything. I had everything over in the breakfast nook area. And down here in the sink, I don't know if you can see this. This is the original tile down here. We didn't want to mess with trying to get it off and mess up around the window area. So I kept it here, and I just took a little bit of white paint and kind of rubbed it in just to kind of mimic what was going on with the backsplash. Just so it would kind of tie in a little better, because there was no way we could get this tile cut that thin to look good on there. So yeah, we just decided to keep it the way it is. Now I'm going to be putting something up here at the top, not sure yet. I have this table runner, that's the black and white buffalo check, and I'm thinking about using it as a valance up here possibly. Haven't quite decided. And like I said, I got lots of decorating to do. Back up here just a little bit. Yeah, definitely loving the kitchen. And I can't wait to get some decorating. Of course, I did a little bit of decorating you can see up top already. Just testing something out, not sure if I'm liking it. And I've just got a few things thrown in the cabinets there with the glass doors. I want to put some more decorative items in there. I was also thinking about, let's come over here, bringing these canisters down that I have. They match my plates. This is one of my old plates, and these go with them. I got 3 different size canisters. I'm thinking about putting them down here in this area. This is more going to be a decorative area, since my coffee maker will go over by the sink. So I'm going to have fun on this side here. Oh, and of course this is my chair that I got at the Goodwill. I got it all painted. I just painted it black. Didn't want to do any kind of distressing on it or anything, so just left it like that. And it is a pretty sturdy chair. Really nice. Okay. Now, I have a little bit of video footage for you to see of the process. It's going to be on this side here of what everything looked like with each stage that we did of doing the backsplash. So let's check that out. So the first thing I'm going to show is my entire kitchen, how it looked prior to demoing the backsplash. And of course, I set the tile here when we brought all the tile home. Because you know, when you're at the tile store, you're seeing everything and everything is so pretty looking, and you never know what it's going to look like when you bring it home. But I sat with that for a day, and I'm like, hey, yes, I do love this. I think it's going to look great, and it also goes with my wall color that I painted the walls, so that was nice. And of course, I'm showing the tile down there that we're leaving. Not going to touch that. Now, we did try to demo this as gently as possible in the beginning, and at first I got a couple pieces off without damaging the drywall, and then the next one, big chunk came off. So we decided to just demo the whole thing. And it really didn't take that long. Like I said, we did this right side first, and then we waited a few days in between and started on the left. So here is this side with all the tile and drywall off. I think it only took us a couple of hours, and that's even with cleaning everything up. And we did tape down some paper on here so the countertops wouldn't get all scratched up. So now we will be heading to Home Depot and get a sheet of drywall to put on here. Now, a tip, if you don't have a pickup truck for those 4x8 pieces, since we both have Jeep Grand Cherokees, what you do is you take your T-square with you and a razor blade knife, and my husband did all of the dimensions, and we cut it there in the parking lot and put it in the vehicle. Now, when we took the microwave down, I decided to leave that tile up there. I wasn't going to mess with it, and of course when I painted I couldn't get behind the microwave, but I will be painting that area. So I'm showing my husband cutting one of the pieces. Now, we started on the bottom, touching the countertops with the tips, and one full sheet of course went that way, and he did all the cuts around the outlet. And now he's cutting it for it will fit at the top, on top, to go underneath the upper cabinets. And of course, see, this is why I don't do this. I let my husband do this part. I said I will do everything else. I said I will clean everything up and do all the grouting and the caulking if you will just do all the tile cutting. I'm afraid I will cut my finger. Yeah, I am a klutz. So here is some of the tile up already. And like I said, we touched it down at the bottom, so now we have to do our little pieces in at the bottom once we get all of the bigger sheets on. So here we have just about everything on here. We are quitting for the day at this point, not much more to go. Now, luckily, we were able to put this 2x6 here, and a scrap piece of the drywall fit perfect here, because we do have that drop down, but we wanted to start with the other countertops having the full sheet like that and just do the cuts on the desk area. So now we're on our day 2, and my husband had cut a bunch of these little pieces, and I'm just doing a little buttering on the back of them with the tile adhesive, and I'm going to be sticking those on. And then of course he has to cut the little white pieces too. But then we figured out a different way to do it that was much easier on the other side, where all the white pieces were with the bigger piece and we didn't have to cut them all separately. So this did take a little while to do this. And you know, I don't wear gloves when I do this, but I do wear gloves when I do the grouting. So now here is the backsplash with all the grout in it. I've done all the caulking. Now all I have to do is the touch-up wall paint around the trim edges. As you can see, we have the microwave back up, and I think in the other part you could see where I did paint the cabinets on the sides. So now, take a few days off, and then we will tackle the other side. So I have to tell you that this tile that we picked out was a little expensive, more than what we normally would do. We normally do the travertine tiles, and we looked at those on the sheets, and it was the Subway tiles we were looking at, and it was like $8.99 for a square foot. And these sheets on here, they're 11 by 13, and they were $16.99. And like I said, we normally don't go that expensive, but I wanted something really nice in here and different than what we've normally done. This is our 5th kitchen backsplash to do in our last 5 houses. Yeah, we've done the backsplashes. This was more of a challenge for us. Like I said, we normally do the travertine, which is a lot easier, like the 4x4 tiles on a diagonal. And you know, with all the pieces on here, my husband had a little bit harder time more cutting out the outlets, and we had a ton. I can't believe how many outlets we have. This side was 6 and this was 5. Wow, that was a lot to cut out. So like I said, it was a little bit of a challenge, but it really didn't take that much longer to do it, which was good. And I do love my backsplash now, and I love my kitchen. Learning to live with my countertops here, definitely. Like I said, still not loving the countertops, but I'm living with them much better because I do love my backsplash. So that is going to do it for the video. I want to wish everybody a very wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.